Alright, I didn't think I was gonna make a video today, but I feel like I gotta respond to some shit. Recently I made a video giving my best tips in order to get better at Apex Legends, and honestly most of the tips work for multiple games. And one of the main tips was to take more accountability for your actions. This is how you get better in any game ever. You lose, and you look at why you lost, and you talk about why you lost, right? And part of that tip was also not just you doing it, but play with people who also do it. In order to be the best, you gotta play with people that want to be the best. You gotta drop off dead weight. And the amount of comments I've got where people are like, yeah, it's pretty hard to do that when you solo queue all day. And whose fault is that? Who picked up that controller or swiped that fucking mouse and clicked to queue alone? That was you. You can't bitch about that. You aren't allowed to bitch about solo queuing. You're the one that's choosing to solo queue. And don't give me that shit of like, oh, well, I don't have anyone to play with. Do you know how many years I spent searching for a third with Dark? Do you know how many people we went through? We went through over 1,000 people. And I'm not fucking bullshitting. That's not a bullshit number. We went through over 1,000 people. Do you know how many posts I made? How many posts I made being like, we need somebody that's higher than diamond skill level, somebody that communicates, somebody that does this, that, and like everything that we need. And then there were so many people that would join, and the second they didn't comm in one game, if they didn't have good comms, we're like, all right, bro, appreciate playing with you. We're gonna check for someone else because we're looking for a third. We're not looking for someone to play with. We're looking for a third, and you're not that guy. And they'd get pissed off, but it is what it is. We did what we had to do to become the best. Like, that's just the end of that's the end of the line. That's the difference between me and a lot of other people. I'm willing to do what it takes to become the best. That's why a lot of people do like me. I'm not here to bullshit. And I'm really sick of this solo queuing like crybaby cheese, bro. If you choose to solo queue, that's on you. Perfectly fine. I'm not hating on you. You can solo queue. And yes, it is difficult. I'm not hating on that either. It is difficult. But you choose to do that. So don't then come in here and be like, yeah, it's pretty hard to take accountability when you've got randoms that just... They're randoms. What, you guys are telling me you go into a game with randoms and you expect them to do good? You're crazy. That's not how the game works. Most people that solo queue, I mean, everyone's gonna hate on me for saying this, but let's just keep it real. A lot of people that solo queue, there's a reason you guys are solo queuing. I'm just gonna keep it a buck with you. Dead ass, I played this game for 4 years. I can count on 2 hands how many times I solo queued. Honestly, probably on 1 hand. Like, I don't do that shit. I didn't do that shit. I think I did it a couple times for challenges, maybe, to get something. That's about it. I never didn't have people that wanted to play that game with me. People want to play the game with me because I'm fucking nasty, and not only that, but the more important thing is I actually hold people accountable. This is what I'm talking about in my tips. Like, if you guys truly want to get good, I mean, you can hear it in my voice. I actually have some fucking passion. Believe it or not, I have a little bit of fucking passion when it comes to this shit. And believe it or not, I was pretty fucking good. Most people do not hold themselves accountable. I know this for a fact. Most people don't. Because I played, like I said, I played this game for 4 years, and the amount of people I met that holds themselves accountable, I mean, it was fucking nearly none, bro. We went through over 1,000 people. That's one of our things. You gotta hold yourself accountable, because I don't want to babysit you. I don't want to have to be after every game being like, hey, you made this mistake. I'd rather you say you made that mistake, because that keeps the vibes better. I'm getting a bit off topic. This whole solo queuing crybaby cheese, bro. It's like, you're the one solo queuing. So, like, I don't want to hear that shit. It's just another excuse. And what am I saying? The main thing that keeps people back from being so good at things is excuses. And it doesn't just go for you. It goes for your team, too. Me and Dark played with so many bad players, man, and we still tried to look at what me and him could do better. There were so many conversations we had where we would lose a game, and it'd be like, well, we lost because of him. That being said, though, I could have done this, and you could have done that, and maybe next time we should do this. Like, that's how we talked. That's why we are so good. But if people don't want to listen, people don't want to listen. I'm here to point you guys in the right direction. Whether you guys listen or not, that's up to you guys. I know some of you do, and some of you have thanked me and think that my tips have like impacted their game, and I'm really glad that that's the case. I do have a lot of passion for competing, and I don't know. I'm glad you guys listen to me at all. It's really nice, but yeah, I think that the solo queuing crybaby cheese, that's what I'm gonna call it. I think that it's not a good look, man. If you have passion and if you truly want to get better, you'll put the time in to find teammates, and that's all I got to say on that.